Good evening, folks, and welcome. I'm just waiting a moment for everything to get set up, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, bear with me a moment. Hey, okay, so you can hear me. Hey, Cameron Davis, and no doubt a lot of other folks. There we go. We are all set and ready to go. So, tonight we're beginning with Quest for Glory, the series, with the first game, So You Want to Be a Hero. We'll start with the credits while we just chat for a moment. Also, this is only one of the few bits of music in the game. You'll have to understand, this game came out in 1989, and this remake came out in 1992, which removed the text parser for it. So we're going to get this going very shortly. Hey, Jack Dina as well, and so many other folks. So Quest for Glory was largely point-and-click adventure game with some RPG elements, made by Lorianne Cole and Corey Cole. That made 5 games across, I think it was 9 years? Yeah. Actually, I'm slightly older than this game. Hey Roanoke, my day's been going good. I hope yours is as well. And among other things, you could pick 3 different classes. There was a 4th secret class at the end of the second game of Paladin, but otherwise, the various puzzles and such were done differently to have alternate solutions. And you could play a fighter, magic user, or thief. You could also have it to where you could learn skills of a different class if you wanted to spend points to do that. I'm going to play a pure magic user, because I played a hybrid long ago, and it is a lot more annoying. Why your me is Hank Hill? I don't know, Adcott. Is it something with propane or propane accessories? We will get our name right. So it gives you points available with all the stuff. If you have a 0 in any skill, you can't do that skill. So as a wizard, I have nothing with thief skills or parrying, which is the fighter thing. I could spend 15 points to learn it, in which case I would have stealth. But otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do that. And since I'm going to play a pure wizard... Wait, who's saying stuff? That, basically, you want to... all your various stats and such that will do things to help you out. I find that the vitality is usually pretty handy, because unlike a number of games, if your stamina hits 0, you die instantly. Yeah, try not to, say bad things in chat, by the way. Yes, the magic user. You become a real wizard in the second game, if I'm not mistaken. So, this seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are 2 people. The standard one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff, because all sheriffs sit and smoke pipes. The man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You are lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we certainly could use a hero around here. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Good luck in your quest. So, among other things, it doesn't actually give you much backstory for your character, except that it's all in the manual. That your character apparently answered an ad of wanting to be a hero, and this one had no experience required. And this is a Sierra game, so everything kills you. Among other things, we're going to quickly save, so that we're going to restart. Wait, we want to Aw, there you are, kitty. Because I'm going to show you how easily it is to get killed in this game. We're going to quickly do a thief. And among other things, there's lots of silly games that can also be done. Oh, the chat isn't shown on the screen? Okay, I know why. Let me fix that real quick. Okay. I think I know why it was doing that. However, I'm not sure if the chat box is going to work as well. There we go. Perfect. Sorry about that. I had to, because this is running on DOSBox, which is a means to emulate older games, I had to change OBS around a little bit to be able to make this work. Okay, so as a thief, yeah, we're not playing as an actual thief, but this is to show you how the Sierra level of stupidity of getting yourself killed. Because this has, among other things, the best death of video games. You take your lockpick, you delicately insert the lockpick into your left nostril. That mournful kitty wail. Unfortunately, you push it too far in, causing yourself a cerebral hemorrhage. Guess you should have been practicing on less difficult locks. Yeah, so in the original game, the text parser lets you do this by typing pick nose, and you pick your nose with a lockpick and die. Okay. The other one that I forgot to show by saving. Yeah, well, the other way that you can get killed right off the bat as a thief is by showing your lockpick to the sheriff and proving that you're a thief. There we go. Whatever, I don't need points. My character's gonna die immediately. No, if you actually have enough lockpicking, it will say success, you have an open nose, and this will actually give you lockpicking skill. In fact, it's a way to gain power level lockpicking. Criminal stupidity. They say the cops don't catch any rocket scientists. Well, they sure didn't this time. Aw. Hey. Alright, so at the beginning of the game, there's so many different things to take care of. Artemis, come on, decide where you want to go. And let's see. Just a friendly suggestion, but whatever you do, don't drink the dragon's breath. Not even Otto can drink dragon's breath. In the inn, there is a, you can smell apples as you approach this corner. Good day and welcome to Spielberg. Would you like to buy some of my nice fresh fruits or vegetables? Yes. Actually, wait. You have to use money on people to be able to buy stuff. Now we need to buy 50 apples for a puzzle later on. We collect 10 of the best apples. So now we have to do this just 4 more times. I played this a long time ago and I kind of did a refresher earlier this week. Also because being a Sierra game, there is a lot of obtuse puzzle stuff. This looks like a dry goods store. Aww. But it smells like a musty library. The stove feels nice on such a crisp day. Behind the counter and the shelves, let's see, there are a variety of items for sale. The shopkeeper appears to ignore you while he reads a book. Odd. She's on my lap, but you can't decide whether she just wants to lie down. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice you coming in. My, you look like an adventurer. We don't see too many around here. The brigands tend to get rid of most adventurers before they make it to town. I do try to stalk on some things adventurers can use. I actually would rather be an adventurer than a shopkeeper, you see. My items are pretty ordinary, though. You probably already have most of them if you've done any adventuring at all. I always wanted to be an adventurer. I read about them all the time. The book I was just reading is about adventuring. Oh, this book? It's about an adventurer who's trying to become a hero. The title is Quest for Glory, A Hero's Death. Which, by the way, we'll probably die quite a bit playing this, so... No, she tends to be very finicky and wanting attention. Right now she's in my lap, kind of relaxing. But there's a point where she wants to just kind of get the attention of me. Okay, so we need a flask for a later puzzle. Oh, yeah. That's a place, if you're a thief, you can break into under the cover of darkness. Grimy window lets little light into this tavern. It smells like stale ale and other more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt, and the bar with sticky beer. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar. To your right, 2 gamblers are playing cards. The bartender glares at you as you enter, and so does the ugly goon on the left. You get the impression that you are not welcome. And of course, if you were a thief, this would be the entrance to the Thieves' Guild. But we are not a thief. Oh, well, thank you. 1 second. Convoy, thank you for the sub. We're going to use save 1 as our general save. You pick up the note, you smooth out the piece of paper and read, B, he's starting to get suspicious. Hold off on our meetings for a bit, but I'll keep you posted by these notes. So the notes are actually more important later on. What do you want? So this is why you don't want the Dragon's Breath. Want a mug of Dragon's Breath? House rule says it'll have to be cash up front. You cough up the cash. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Crusher, our friend here wants Dragon's Breath. She's about 11 years old at this point. Oh, that looks inviting. There you go. You've never tasted anything like it before. Oh, wow. Good times. Maybe you really shouldn't have tried the Dragon's Breath. Better luck next time, and we hope you saved your game. So needless to say, there's going to be a lot of things like that, because this is also... Sierra games had a lot of things where everything killed you, and you also had the small problem that there were ways to make the game unwinnable, which is not really considered good game design these days. And we've reached the inn. Welcome, welcome, traveler, to the Hero's Tale Inn. I am Shamin. At your service, may you find what you seek here. And these folks are our connection to the first and second game. Very good food, very good drink, finest in town. Sit, rest, and you will be served by my Shima. We have to eat here one night, because one merchant is down on his luck. And we need to be able to order a meal for him, so we can learn the stories that will connect us to the second game. Yeah, there are a lot of beastmen kind of creatures in Quest for Glory, as you will see, with the various catmen and so forth. This Adventurers Guild reminds you of the one in your hometown. The traditional moosehead and other stuffed monsters, source, troll, griffin, dragon, cheetar, and the terrible antwerp adorn the walls. You see a registration book on the table and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated near the window must be the guildmaster. He is snoring. You sign your name in the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. But most importantly, we got jobs we can do. You always need jobs as a hero. Reward for the return of a lost ring, inquire at the healers. Poster's rather dusty and faded. The picture is a small child with braids. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Reward of 30 gold coins for the capture of death of the Brigand warlock. Description: short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. Has a habit of laughing continually. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Wanted Brigand leader. Description: unknown appearance, wears a cloak, must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward of 60 gold coins and title of Hero of the Realm. Spell components needed, cash or trade for potions. Inquire at the healers. And poster's been there a while. Picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. 50 gold coins for information returning of the Baronet Bernard von Spielberg. So we have the Baron's children that have gone missing, this is the entire thing of the game. We will have to find them. Of various curses and such. Oh, there will be plenty of things to burn with fire. I am Zara, my companion is Demonio. The items in this shop are designed for those skilled in the use of magic. Hey, that's me! Here, have some money. So the first spell we want to get is the fetch spell, because we'll be able to get more money with it really quick. Because the missing ring that we read about requires the fetch spell as a wizard. Oh, the old joystick games like the Atari stuff? The breeze is cool, but you feel a shiver deeper than just the cold. You're really on your own now in a very dangerous place. We are also a low-level wizard, so everything will kill us. The bright smell of fresh herbs mingles with the aroma of wood smoke as you come up to a hut by the side of the road. So by casting our fetch spell, we get the ring from the nest. You take a lovely gold ring from the nest. Place the ring into your pack and the nest on the ground. You politely knock on the door. After a moment, you hear the inside bolt slide open. A voice from inside says, "Come on in." Hey, Tormuz. Oh, really? Yeah, you remember Hero's Quest then. Which, I think they changed the name because of the board game, which is the best board game ever made. But, yeah, I remember more the VGA remake than the actual original one. The fragrance of herbs mingle with some rather unpleasant odors as you step into the healer's house. Aw, she's already making her way off. Lovely day, isn't it? Ma, you look very healthy for an adventurer. You must be new. What can I do for you? I can sell you healing potions if you like. I also buy spell components if you are interested in gathering some for me. Don't mind me, I always have so much to do around here. Yeah. Okay, so we need to ask about the components so that we know what to get. I need components of making potions right now. I need some from Irana. Some of Irana's flowers, magic mushrooms, troll beard, let me think, oh yes, cheetor claws. I'd be happy to pay you if you bring me some. I'll also buy back any empty flasks if you have so that I can recycle them. Waste not, want not, after all. But since we've got her lovely ring, we can get a nice reward. Thank you for finding my ring. How I've missed this. Here are 6 golds and 2 healing potions for your reward. Also a bonus kiss. You put the reward away and tell her she is welcome as you leave to avoid being kissed again. Well, now that you mention it, with that 6 gold, I can now buy my flame spell. Which allows me to set things on fire. It is Quest for Glory. Now granted, there's also a lot of things you can talk to people about, which I'm kind of skipping over at the moment because there's a lot of dialogue. But we will chat with a number of folks as the day goes on. Okay, so we need the flame spell. We also need the open spell from her. The healer sells the potions for a lot cheaper than she does, so once we buy open, we're never coming back to her shop. In fact, I think this is probably where we go to the castle and get some of the exposition. My name is Carl. Well, Carl? Tell us about the brigands. There are now too few guards that take out the brigands, which rob our people and drive away the traders. They hide somewhere near the edge of this valley. The brigands are protected by a magic user, and they have a shrewd leader. The leader of the brigands must be a good strategist. I think I mangled that. He has organized and led many raids, which result in much treasure and little loss on the part of the brigands. Without their leader, the brigands would soon flee. Not much is known about him, but he is said to use more magic potions and powders than spells. Yeah, well, I also have the speed turned up as much as possible, which is why. Because otherwise your character moves way too slow. Many merchants have been robbed by the brigands. There is a merchant in town who could tell you about his robbery. There's still a reward offer for the safe return of the Baronet and Elsa von Spielberg. For the capture or death of the Brigand warlock, there is another reward. For the death or capture of the Brigand leader, there is a reward, and the title of Hero Spielberg. Oh, that just takes us back to asking about the, Oh wait, we can ask about Hero. Hero of the Realm of Spielberg is a title of respect and honor. A true hero can release this land from its curse, using his intelligence and courage. But we can't ask about the curse, can we? Spielberg Valley was once a prosperous and peaceful place before the Baron lost his family. Now the Baron will not leave his castle and does not know the ruin this land has come to. Flame Dart actually is more of an attack spell. It allows us to actually be a magic user who doesn't just stab things with a dagger. There are many foul creatures stalking the forest since the Baron has too few guards to protect this valley from them. Baba Yaga cursed the graveyard such that the dead cannot rest at night. One cannot go near the graveyard after dark without risking his own death unless one uses protection. Which, we do have a means from the healer, but it's pretty expensive and it's for a side quest. There is a potion that you can purchase that will protect against the dead. This powerful ogress is the cause of all of the Baron's misfortune. She is a vile creature who knows much magic. The Baron ordered Baba Yaga to leave, and she first cursed the graveyard, when he then sent the baronial guards after her. Only their captain returned to the castle. The captain spoke the words, "Hear me, O mighty Baron. Thou hast angered me, and thus you are cursed. All that you value shall you lose. All that you treasure shall be taken from you," in a strange voice. The captain then dissolved into a pool of sticky blackness. Baba Yaga has her hut to the northwest. It is a very dangerous place and many guards have been lost there. So by doing all that, we'll eventually learn the exact stuff. And of course, because this is a Sierra game, you can always just wait under the gate until it closes and kills you. However, we're not going to do that, because it actually takes some time for that to happen. But if you want to make some money, you can do rake-in, which is what every hero does. Also, it does boost your stats, which is another reason to do it. Yes, he turned to void and disappeared. I don't pay you to rest, get to work now! This is also one of the safe areas that you can actually sleep in, because if you sleep anywhere other than a safe area, it's instant death. Sable man hands you some coins, now you're 5 silvers richer. Also, our strength goes up a little bit, which certainly is handy, as it just means more melee damage. And of course, this guy we can't really interact with unless we're a fighter. All he does is insult us. The centaur stops raking as you approach. We're going to get that message a lot. So the next thing we need to do is make money for the open spell. The meadow lies covered with a blanket of flowers, unusual for this early in the spring. It is warm even though surrounded by the late snows of winter. A large carved stone lies flat on the ground. You feel as though someone gentle was watching over you. You feel that you are safe here. The air has the fresh, clean scent of the mountains, accompanied by numerous perfume-like fragrances. The large stone appears to be ancient and deliberately placed. Marks carved into the stone almost look like writing. So this place is a runner's piece of which it's completely safe to stay at. You get food, you have flowers you can sell to the healer. You have everything here. And if I had the open spell, I could move the stone and get another spell. Yeah. In fact, I think it restores you fully every time you rest there, which makes it the best place to stay. Like, I don't even think the inn is as good. So the big thing about it is, wander around, we might get monsters attacking us, but I think that they actually... Oh, there's one. Unfortunately, we reached the safe place. The monsters won't follow us onto this screen. Oh wait, I wanted to sell the flowers to the healer. and see if I had enough for the open spell. Alright. So I think you get 5 silvers per flower, but you can only get 2 flowers at once. Okay, sunset's approaching, so we need to... How much gold do we even have at this point? We've been blowing through all our money. 18 silver pieces. So it's time to go back to the inn. Well, you have to keep in mind, this was a very old game. Very old game. Alright, so we have the one fellow. You take a seat at the table nearest the fire. As he's all like, "Oh, it is indeed a sad and dangerous time we live in, when a man who struggles daily to keep from starving should be robbed of all his earthly possessions." So needless to say, there's going to be a lot of things graphically that it's not nearly as good. "I am Shima. Allow me to serve you, wanderer from afar. Do you wish food or drink?" "Oh, hey, Houston Smith. And thank you for the donation. We are playing Quest for Glory, the first game of the series. And it's an old point-and-click adventure game. This one is the VGA remake from 1992. The game originally came out in 1989 and spanned 5 games. Gladly I will allow you to buy me a meal, O Prince among heroes. Shima, prepare for me the feast of..." Oh, he's taking advantage of our sympathy and everything. They're more or less a Khajiit, I guess, by another name. I think they're called Katas. There are plenty of various beastmen-type critters. But thank you again, Houston Smith. Now you have a secret. Among the items they stole from me was a magic rug. I alone know the words to command it. If you help me recover my treasure, I will take you, Shamin, and Shima back to our land by way of the flying carpet. Shapir needs powerful heroes, too. And this is how it ties in with the second game, since Shapir is the next place that you go to be a hero. Oh, there's no need. We're not hungry. Well then, never mind. We can ask about a room. Shamin, 5 silvers and you may have a bed to dream upon. Okay, so she doesn't really have too many things that you can talk about. Abdullah will always be our guest and friend. We can talk to him. Ask about the robbery. 2 weeks ago, I was going to be wealthy beyond what you could dream of. I, Abdullah Du, would be the first merchant into this valley this year, but my life was shattered by brigands. How very unfortunate. A band of brigands ambushed us just as we crossed the pass into the valley. There were about 12 brigands, including a huge minotaur. There were also a leader and some sort of wizard. They first used some sort of magic, which blinded us. Then they overwhelmed my 6 guards and my assistants. All my trade goods taken from before me. I am now but a beggar, living off the generosity of my friends. The wizard threw something at us that caused my eyes to be blinded with tears and my nose to be forced to sneeze. I was helpless. The Minotaur is a creature with the head of a bull and the body of a man. They are said to be very strong. The leader was wearing a cloak, so I couldn't see his face. His voice was rather high-pitched, though. The wizard was very short and he giggled most of the time. I couldn't understand what he was saying. Here I pay good money for men to protect me, and what do they do when I need protection? They run away. Not one man died to defend my treasure. You just can't hire good guards anymore. I'm all with you, man. Treasure is carefully brought from Shapir with me. I even had a magic carpet with me. I am Abdullah Du, son of Ali, grandson of Hassan, and former master merchant of Shapir. Now I am but a penniless burden upon my friends. Even though they too lost a fortune when the brigands stole from me, Shamin and Shima are caring for this frail shadow of a great man. He is a very humble man as well. Ah, Shapir, beautiful land of golden sands and shining sun, the heart of civilization. Alas, she is plagued with fierce jinn and ifrits that seek to drive all men and katas from the land. Okay, so yeah, they are called katas. But I can speak no more of the homeland I shall never see again. Instead, I will die in this cold, forsaken land, bereft of all I love. He's even dug a grave for himself. That's that's the room that he's bought, rented for the night. It's his own little plot in the back. She is the finest of cooks, outside of myself, that is. But her fine food is as dust in my mouth, for I am but a beggar. He is the very prince of Katas. I suppose metaphorically, because I don't remember actually being a prince. Okay, so that is in fact everything. See a sign that says, please don't touch. Besides, Shamin is watching you. Wait, I just want to get up. Okay. Ask about... It's from the land of Shapir. Abdullah will be honored to tell you of that. But I've already asked all this stuff. Okay, wait. Come on. I am Shima, which means, in the words of the cat, is she of the dance. Oh. Alright, let's get a room. There we go. May you dream of all the rewards you deserve. Yeah, they're basically cats. Probably cat would be, since I have one as a pet, I suppose. The sleep heals and refreshes you. Even though I don't think we were actually hurt. But it's story stuff. It's how we know that what the next game's gonna have. Although now I think I'm broke. You have 6 silver pieces. This is also why sleeping at Arana's piece is the best thing. Because the ghost of Arana doesn't charge you. Unless, you know, maybe your build later on. So we need to make money. So besides, before you can be a hero, you gotta make some dough. So that said, we're gonna go pick some fights. There's one place to the west that actually has goblins that you can kind of beat up. Come on. Oh, there you are. Goblin steps out of the bush. With mean look, you prepare for battle. So it's a pretty simple way to fight as well. And as you can see, our skill in magic is very bad. So we are going to be using our dagger a lot this game. Wow, you threw that dead goblin a long way. You find 5 silvers concealed in a pouch, you take the silvers. Which is now a good question. How much stamina? We have 30. Because every time you come back here and fight another set of goblins, they increase by 1, up to like a maximum of 8 or 9. And if your stamina ever hits 0 in this game, you die instantly. You'll see. Because we're probably going to have that happen. Alright. Where are the next set? There we go. But this is also a way to get more skill. Since this boosts weapon use, magic, strength, all the things that we need to be able to survive in the wild. Because there's so many other things are going to beat the crap out of us. Also, combat, as you can see, is very, very challenging. It's just thrust your sword. And eventually they'll die. Oh, he didn't have any lunch money. But 4 silvers. God, these people are so poor. Alright, so we need to go back to Arana's piece to make get flowers. So we can get the open spell. We need to make some money. Maybe even go back to raking. Assuming I don't die from overwork with the raking. We can also get magic mushrooms, which I think is a good thing. Let's see, what's my agility at? Dang it, it's at 20. I wanted to actually have that lower. Sadly, we don't know how to shout in this game. So I think we can pick some magic mushrooms. Which as well, we need... These things spit a seed that we will actually need at some point. Unfortunately, our fetch spell is too weak to actually grab it. We're not that good of a wizard yet. He's like, it's over to the left. I'll aim it at the right, because I'm a good wizard. No, we're out of magic already. So the big thing is we want to get some mushrooms, which you can also eat and get super high. Okay, we can talk to these guys and actually get a spell as well. Come on, where's the green one? Oh, I think it's that as soon as you talk to one, it seems the meeps are having quite a discussion about you. It's only the green one that talks. Hiya, hiya, pleased to meet ya. We are happy meeps, living in our happy holes. Don't worry, be happy. Use rocks for doors. They keep us dry and warm in our holes. We like live in tunnels under the ground, you know. Hey, like fur is good stuff, keeps us warm. Mine's the best. It's like green, you know. Oh, you want some green fur? I think I have some somewhere. Very convenient. We actually do need the green fur to beat the game. Gee, boss, I don't really know much about that at all. Hey, sorry. But we can ask about magic. I found a scroll lying in the woods one day. You want it? It's yours. Yeah, like, thanks and all. And this is the only thing we needed him for, to get the green fur and the detect magic scroll. So that we can get the next spell. Yes, now we will get magic mushrooms. Okay, 3 magic mushrooms. So of course, eating the magic mushrooms is not a good idea. Winners don't do drugs and all that. But in this case, we'll make an exception. You ingest a few of the mushrooms from the fairy ring. They taste delicious. Wow, look at all the nice paisley horses. Your senses gradually return to normal. That was interesting, but it would probably not be a good idea to repeat the experience. So we're going to repeat the experience. That's funny. I could have sworn I warned you about eating too many magic mushrooms. Your mind permanently warped, you die a garishly polka-dotted death. So we're going to refrain from magic mushroom consumption for the rest of the game. You seem to have startled the white stag. Yes, this game has lots of silly ways that you can die like that. You watch the stag fascinated by his grace and beauty. There's something special about this place. So I wonder if I can actually get that death. Although I suppose it's technically not a death. Oh, I don't have enough mana. The stag is startled by your action. This is also why we save, because if you attack... You have attempted to harm a free creature of the forest. You shall now become a part of the forest. She transforms you into a stag if you attack the stag. Oh dear, you are staggered by the dryad spell. She appears to be having lots of enjoy having lots of bucks. I am the dryad, keeper of the woods. Are you one with the woods? Yeah. Then you shall aid me, and I shall aid you in your quest. Bring me a seed from the spore-spitting spirea of the north, that I may plant it elsewhere in order to preserve these rare and magical plants. Thus you will become a true friend of the forest. Of course, we need to do that quest so that we can learn what we need to do for the finale. Which is another reason. And we're not going to bother with that. I think this is the way to the Brigand's place. Oh yeah. You have a bad feeling about this place. Oh yeah. You have an even worse feeling about this place. We're getting out of here. We're definitely not ready to take on a horde of brigands. In fact, I don't even think we have enough to take out one just yet. Well, all the antwerp does is jump on you if you interact with it. You can use your dagger to make it explode if you want. Okay, so this is the next part that we need to go to so we can get the next spell. The roar of the waterfall fills your ears and the cold spray dampens your face as you approach. Since we do not have the climb skill, we instead... That spell... Oh, goodness. We should be able to use detect magic. Oh, and I don't have enough spell points. Whatever. There. Aha! So we can see that there's a magic ladder there. Yeah, we're not gonna make the antwerp explode. You knock 3 times. A voice from inside says, just a minute, please move away from the door. Oh, goodness. I forgot how easy it is to just walk off the ledge. And then he just opens the door and is like, I guess nobody there. If we do that enough times, it will kill us. Oh, hey, Anatus. So far, we are exploring the lands and trying to get situated. Okay, stand there. That way we're not going to get knocked off by the door. Oh, hello, come on in. Hello, how are you? Have we met before? I don't think I can do that accent. He's Henry the Hermit, that's me. And his entire family was a hermit. They don't have too many visitors. Alright, so we need to ask him about magic. I know some magic. Erasmus the Wizard taught me some spells. He was the one that put the spell on me ladder, so's the brigands don't get up. Them's what climbs the rocks gets a door opening in their nose. He's my friend. He and Fenris. Powerful wizard he is. No, he doesn't have a head. His house is something to see up north. I don't make it out much, and it's pretty busy, so I don't get to see him too often. But when we do all get together, you can be sure we all have fun. He loves to play his games, he do. Fenris is Erasmus's familiar, or is it the other way around? Erasmus's favorite game is the Mage's Maze. Have to be a magic user to play it, though. Erasmus is awfully good at it. So we need to ask about spells. The spells, what I knows is pretty simple maybe, but I like them. I can make my ladder show up and my door close, even get rid of pests using the trigger spell, you see? It's a spell what sets off other spells. Like when you wants to see the ladder, you cast a trigger and there you have it, large as life. Of course, you got to have a spell on the invisible ladder to make it visible first, but it has its uses. I think I have a scroll with the spell, if you be knowing some magic, that is. If you wanted to learn the spell, I'll be pleased to share it with you. It's just getting molded in me hiding space. Do you want it? Yeah. Let's see, how does Erasmus do it? Oh yes. He summons it with a trigger. Here it goes. There you have it. Scroll vanishes, and now we know the trigger spell. If you ever need a place to stay the night and you're in the area, I could be willing to put you up for the night for some rations and a couple game of cribbage. However, that's the only thing we needed him for. Uh-oh. That was the wrong way. So there's a variety of different things that we still need to do, which don't necessarily seem so obvious just yet. Like, there's a giant over here. Or maybe he's up one screen. That's what it is. There seems to be a fox north of the road, as he asks to free us. So, of course, since it's a talking fox, we of course have to free it. In exchange for your kindness, I will give you some information and a bit of advice. First of all, it sometimes pays to be polite, even to rude people. As for the amusing tidbit, Baba Yaga put an enchantment on the Baron's daughter some years back. To break the spell, you need to talk to the dryad. Au revoir, tata, for now, be seeing you. Which we would, then, that would be our hint to go talk to the dryad in the first place. But since we've already talked to her, we already know what we need to do. Yeah, the poor fox, but you have to free every talking animal. I think that happens in the third game as well, that there's another talking animal. Far from the frost field fares forth this fighter, hunger has hurled me hither from home. My name isn't known in the Northlands as Bruggy. Barter with blades clash or bargain with me. He wants fruit, so we have 50 apples. Here you go. Fruit you have found to fill all my food stores, thus filled the bargain. My gem you have bought. Bruggy has bartered, and all has been answered. The mead it may mellow, and now I head home. He strides off through the cave on his way back to his northern home. And we get a nice glowing gem, which we will need for a skull outside Baba Yaga's place. Let's see how much time we have left in the day. Midday. Our stamina is decent. I'm not sure if it's decent enough for a bunch of goblins. Oh, we'll have to deal with Baba Yaga eventually. Wait, how much magic did I have? Magic points 10. It's not gonna do very well. Presumably this game has you looking for glory. I don't know if you ever find it. Dang. Yeah, this is one of the easier guys, but unfortunately it doesn't have any pockets for you to actually get money from. What a waste. No treasure. Maybe the treasure was the stat points we gained along the way. Oh crap, I didn't even sell the flowers from earlier. Oh, that only gets me to 26 out of 30 to buy the open spell. As you can probably tell, I'm not very good at budgeting with this. Or remembering how much you make from doing things. Alright, healer, take these flowers. Wait, I have the mushrooms. The healer just wants them so she can probably get high. Alright, well you have a good night, Vexenex. Here you go, lady. Have some magic mushrooms. I'll grind them into a powder. Alright, so how much money do I have now? I have 36 silver pieces, just enough to be able to buy the open spell. And then we can go back. Okay, so this guy is bad news. Which is why we're going to get into pick a fight with him. It's not going to last very long. It takes too long to draw your weapon against someone with a dagger in his hand. It doesn't pay to fight someone who uses poison daggers. So that being said, this time we'll just barter with them. Here, 2 silvers. Okay, what do you want to know? I want to know everything. Spill the beans. She's an ugly hag who lives in a weird house who knows some magic. Her place is due west of the Baron's place. Can't miss it. I know. And for 2 gold, I'll tell you how to get into her hut. She's got some good potions. Her hut is just north of here. Just call me Bruno. You just take the road north from here past the healers till you get to his castle. Lots of monsters in this valley. Most of them are wimps, though. Okay, so you want a good time, try the Dragon's Breath at the bar. Among other things, he tries to get you killed in a variety of different ways. And or kills you. It's for a mouth. I mean, work is what it is. It's pretty enjoyable overall. Alright. Open spell. Now know all the spells from her, so we don't need anything else from her. Ever. We will never go back to her shop. Wait, I wanted to just see how many spells I had. Because I think there's 8 total as a magic user. I have 6. Wait, did I get... Okay, so I've got open, so now I need to get calm. And after calm, there's just one more spell, the dazzle spell, that we need to get from Erasmus for winning his Mage's Maze minigame. Which I think we need more magic to be able to do, because it actually takes several spells to get through. Wait, what's attacking us? Oh, a brigand. Yeah, time to run. We don't even have enough stamina. We're running super fast. The scroll vanishes, we gain knowledge of the calm spell. The only use for it is that... wait, what is... that's the only thing with mushrooms in this game. The third one also has something that you can do to get high and go stoner stuff, which of course gives you a game over. Isn't it near mid? No, it's still midday, so we have to rest. But you can't continue to rest 60 minutes. Because eventually they'll tell you you're just too impatient to rest more. Okay, so we're gonna beat up goblins instead of the source because we can get money. And right now... Hey, Electroshocker, this is the first Quest for Glory game. Which, is a thing where you pick one of 3 classes as you strive to become a hero. In this one, you're trying to rid the land of a curse on a baron that had his children disappear. Okay, 9 silvers. We're slightly richer. And of course, being a Sierra game, you die in so many different ways in this game. Yeah, we've already done magic mushrooms and got ourselves killed that way. Among other things, we've stuck a lockpick up our nose, we got arrested, so many things. And of course, as we continue to use our spells, they get stronger to where eventually we'll actually do a decent damage. Unfortunately, we have to rely on our dagger for most of these fights. But at least eventually it'll get us money, we can then buy potions, and then actually get somewhere. This game came out originally in 1989, and this particular remake of it is from 1992, so it's pretty old. And this is the first one of the series. I think most people say that the second and the fourth one are the best ones of it. But I wanted to start from the beginning so that there's a, you can see the entire thing, the entire series. Okay, so the next one gives us 4 goblins, which I'm not sure we have enough stamina to do, so, but we're going to give it a try. There's a good chance this will get us killed. Oh, this is gonna be close. Oh, I'm really gonna die. Yeah, we're gonna be dead. But yeah, this is what happens when you hit 0 stamina. That was a little too much for you. You collapse from exhaustion and die. This particular one's the only one in which this happens. On other ones, what will happen is your health will start being lowered from overwork. Alright, we have a good night, Ocho. Oh wow, and the game is already starting to mess up. Okay, so I need to quickly restart the game because the colors are starting to get weird, and I don't think it's because of the magic mushrooms we ingested earlier. Usually restart and we'll fix it. It's largely a point-and-click adventure game, Electro, only it has RPG elements where you need to somewhat build your stats to be able to survive long enough. Like in this case, you have the usual kind of stats with that. As a magic user, magic being more useful for me. And then you have other stats, like if I was a thief, stealth, picklocks, and such would have more relevance. But my character solves his problems with magic. You can technically make a hybrid character as well. But it's usually more trouble than what it's worth. Alright, so we waste our magic, cast and fetch to build skill. Because surprisingly, this takes a lot of failed fetch spells before you actually grab the seed. It's like, I don't know why they made it so high for this one. Okay, I don't have enough magic. I think you need a skill of like 20, and you start at skill 5, so you have to cast it like 10 20 times before it actually does anything. So the early game is where it really sucks, because you're a fragile China doll. Your character will... Oh, there's a goblin. We can fight him. Beat him up. Take his money. Take all his lunch money. Where you're dirt poor, and you need to boost your stats. So you're looking to depopulate a few goblin villages and so forth. 6 silvers, we're slightly richer. Alright, just needed a quick drink. And now it is night. At which point we can arrest Edirana's peace. But we need to do one other thing to be able to get this to work. Our agility got boosted. So among other things, we need to get fairy dust from that ring of fairies. From the magic mushroom circle, which you have to do at night. And, among other things, the fairies want you to dance. Now, if you have low agility, you dance really poorly, which is why I was trying to keep my agility low. Unfortunately, that won't happen. However, the fairies will kill you via dancing if you anger them. Oh, that's right, you have to first try to walk into it. Ooh, looky, a human! What's it doing here? Yuck! Let's have some fun with it. Humans, why is it always humans? Go away, you can't play. I think it wants to play with us. Human, do you know how to dance? How do you dance? 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 Will you dance for us? Can you dance? Yes. If you say no, they'll kill you. Then dance for us. Humans can't dance. Let's see you dance. I bet you can't dance. Dance for us. All he wants to do is dance. Alright. And so we just dance for a little bit, which will also get us fairy dust. Among, not getting killed by fairies. Oh yeah, if you take, their mushrooms or walk into the circle while they're, awake, they will kill you. Via dancing. Yes, eating the magic mushrooms will definitely help your dance skills. Yes, he only does twirls. And, spins and everything. But, you're a low-level adventurer. Your dance is only like, 10. It does know how to dance. Wowie, this is neat. Gee, I didn't think it could do this. Spin in place. Well, I just love it. You love an ant warp. Do not. Do too. Alright, so... dramatic pose. Now I just need a flask. You hold out your hand, what else could you do? No peeking. I think it's cheating. Oh, just give it some dust. You needed a bath anyway. You place the dust carefully away in an empty flask. And that's all we needed them for. Kiss a tree for me. Sure. So now we can go back to Arana's Peace and rest for the night. Yeah, it is actually pretty relaxed to play it. Oh, that's the graveyard. We can't go to the graveyard without protection or it's instant death. And that's a monster that's just not worth fighting. If you play a fighter, some of your score is dependent on actually killing fighting every monster at least once. But since we are a magic user, we don't get points from doing that. But I don't even care about getting maximum score. Okay, so we sleep pleasantly, and it's the next day. Which fully restores us. Which is quite handy because we need as much of our stuff as possible. How much money do we have from roughing up goblins? 36 silver pieces. It's time to rough up some more goblins. Because once you're good enough to be able to rough up enough of them goblins to where you can take out the maximum number, you'll make a pretty large amount of money. Oh wait, there's... Dang it. Thought the Brigand would still be there. They drop more money than goblins. Okay, there's a goblin. Because potions are expensive. And a lot of the early game is trying to actually get enough money to be able to afford these potions. If you're a warrior, then you have chainmail armor that you can purchase. But if you're any other class, you don't need the you can't wear the chainmail armor, so it doesn't actually matter. So all you want to blow your money on are potions. I think we're up to 5 goblins now. The biggest thing that limits you is your stamina, if you don't want to just instantly die. Oh hey, we can actually kill one with our Flame Dart spell. And back to stabbing things. Yeah, the thing is, because goblins just constantly spawn on this screen, this is the easiest place to just boost your fighting. $5 silvers. Your lucky day. This was the big winner at last night's poker game. You take his 35 silvers. And those ones didn't have nearly as much. But you want this one because he always drops 35 silvers. And that will enable you to purchase a lot of good things. Oh, and I can't even rest now. Alright, so my weapon use is now still a measly 20. But now we can buy stuff. Most importantly, we can buy stamina potions. So now we're not going to get ourselves killed fighting goblins. Yeah, 35 silvers. We are super rich. We can buy 1 stamina potion with it. But this is one way of which you get boosted up for it. You also have harder things that you can fight at night. But unless you are at least a good bit stronger, then you're going to have a harder time actually taking them out. Okay, so we have 4 stamina potions, which we're basically going to blow all our money on trying to kill goblins. And then once we have a little bit more stats, we should be more than able to do the next part. Wait, I probably need to rest. Yeah, because I have 25 stamina. I will die if I try to fight goblins at this point. And it's the one thing that you're going to hate when you play, because if you get that you're too impatient to rest right now, then it's very annoying because you have to go into a fight to be able to clear that. Or I think if enough time passes. That said, we should be able to just fight a brigand down here. I think it's that a brigand will spawn anytime you come in this area. There you are. I'm not sure if we can actually kill them. Actually, we should be able to. Come on. The problem is he knows how to use a shield. Dang it. My entire stab it repeatedly until it dies isn't working here. There we go. Come on. Dang it. Probably gonna die before. Okay, I need to run. Yeah, those guys are very annoying because they just keep using their darn shield. We need to get out of there because we have a stamina of like 0. And that will have an unfortunate side effect of death. Yeah, unfortunately, I am not very amazing at this earlier game. And when you play early, when you're early on with your stats, most of those things are going to be pretty tough to take down. All right, we have a great night, Tyke. We should be able to take out a nice little horde of goblins. The blue bouncy thing is an Antwerp thing. The thing is that interacting with it doesn't really do anything. It will leap, and then on the next screen it will fall down and try to crush you. You can use your dagger to stop that, which will cause it to explode into a lot of small ones that wander off. Yeah, Goblin Stabber, Simulator. The easiest way to build your stats in this game. Yeah, there's a variety of things like that that will get you a number of things that will get you killed or otherwise have a number of interesting, silly things like that. And the first game doesn't have a lot of stuff to it. Okay, 60 silvers. Like, the first few days, in-game days, will have you be trying to just boost up your stats so you can actually survive decently. But once you actually get your stats decently, you can survive a lot better against most of the critters in the woods. Because especially at night, most of the enemies are much stronger. And your entire starting fragile China doll hero is very susceptible to anything that you come across. Alright, well, you have a great night, good sir. I'm gonna try to get through the first game. I'm not so sure I'm gonna do the second game tonight. Mostly because I'm still debating as to which one I'm going to do. Because the original game in the collection has the text parser one, but there was a fan remake for the second game of Trial by Fire. And I've been meaning to play the remake with it. But you can import your characters from the first game to the second as well. So you can actually keep your character, which can lead to some good things and some bad things. Alright, so we can take care of 6, and probably 7 if we're at our tip-top shape. We still have 2 more. Alright, so we're not looking very good though. Yeah, 28 stab wounds to the goblins. We probably need to use that vigor potion because otherwise I don't think we'll have enough strength to be able to take on 7 goblins. I think they cap out at 9. Because eventually, they keep adding 1 until you reach the maximum. And our spell is actually starting to get at least somewhat decent. Alright, stabbing time. I like how the magic user is just using this tiny little dagger, and he's just like running around stabbing people. I like how they don't get Ides of March on you. It's awfully nice that 9 goblins aren't just mobbing you. Like, your little tiny dagger can't hold off that many at once. Okay, I hope that I don't have too many more left, because we're starting to get low on stamina. Okay, so we only have 1 more after this. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where we can kill them very effortlessly. We'll still want more stamina in between fights. But you also can't use potions during battle, which is the big reason why this is, you have to make sure you go in with enough stamina. Yeah. Maybe the real friends were the goblins we stabbed along the way. And then it becomes night. Okay, so that gets us a good amount of magic points. And we're actually becoming somewhat competent stat-wise. So we use our last Vigor Potion to take out the next set of goblins, and then we'll rest for the next day, and then we should be able to get our stats boosted so we can get the seed to give to the dryad. And hopefully get our Dazzle spell. Because the Dazzle spell will make the next part even easier. But yeah, the, otherwise, we have everything that we need to be able to get through the most of the game, because the Brigand's Fortress actually doesn't require much in terms of actual stats. That all of it's, like, puzzle-related. So we can actually get through the bulk of that without having to worry about stats. However, our character actually gets imported with the stats we have going into Quest for Glory 2 with what we have now. And we don't get to really fiddle with that, unlike a new, fresh character in Quest for Glory 2. So if we have... Welcome, Ryan Hooker. Yeah, we're going Blast from the Past. We're gonna try and get through the entire series, not in one night. But we played a little bit of 4 around Halloween for the more Cthulhu-esque vibes that the 4th one has. Oh, I certainly hope that I don't get killed from stamina loss. Oh, barely did it. But hey. Good, now we can get our money and get out of here. I never quite remember which ones don't have any money on it, because it's already predetermined based on the spot. Okay, hopefully we can make it now. Back to Arana's piece without being killed by various critters along the way. Yeah, 9 is where it caps out. So if we're basically at our tip-top shape, we can more or less take them out. But that's why you need the stamina potions, because otherwise you're gonna quickly get killed. Alright, so now we have to blow all our magic to try and get the darn seed with our fetch spell. Because we are not a very good wizard. But it also means that trying to fight goblins without magic is going to probably be a little too much, because we've now got the maximum. This part's gonna take a while. I'll aim my fetch spell in the completely wrong area. Yeah, our character never learned how to use magic. Unfortunately, he's not fetching common sense. He's like, I can't focus on my spell. I'm walking around too fast. I bet we're gonna run out of magic before we actually get this. The flowers are used to sell to the healer, but you also need them for a potion later on. Oh, do I actually do it right? No. I think this is the only real skill gate with the wizard path for the fetch spell. I know that there is a thing with the Minotaur where you need to use the calm spell on it, but you can just fight it normally, even as a wizard. But if you haven't used the calm spell, it only calms him down for like 1 second. Dang it, that's not even anywhere near the plants! Oh, his concentration's gonna get messed up. Oh wait, he actually did it! Alright, we've leveled up to Wizard level 1. You place the seed into your pack. And I'm just gonna save right there. Because in a Sierra game, the one thing that you should always remember, the words of advice that they give you is save early, save often, because you're gonna need to do that. Yeah. He done did it. He managed to use his fetch spell successfully on a seed. And to celebrate, he's gonna stab some goblins. Only one in that case, but you get the idea. The other ones were stabbed more metaphorically in spirit and all that kind of stuff. I think it's called a Spirus seed. No, a spore spitting Spirus seed. Because the game likes puns, but it also likes alliteration. How you brought the seed I requested. You drop the seed into the dryad's limbs. Also, if there's a simpler way to get the seed by just destroying the plants, but then the dryad will also turn you into a plant if you do that. Now this will boldly grow where none has grown before. Yes, our Star Trek references. Heed now my words, friend of the Force, and heed them well. Friend, you must know that there is an evil in this valley which perverts the ways of nature. The prophecy says that a hero will bring a young human from out of this darkness. If you are the one to accomplish this task, there is a potion to break enchantments, which the healer can make for you. You must gather these ingredients: flowers from Arana's peace, green fur, fairy dust, a magic acorn, and flying water. Farewell, friend. I must return to my concentration. May the forest forever surround you. And I have 4 of these already. You pick up the dryad's gift of a magic acorn. Now I can get the last ingredient and be able to make the dispel potion. No, if I stab the deer, then the dryad will get all angry and be like, I'll transform you into a deer. See how you like that. Also, I already threw a knife at the deer earlier to show that. Aw. I'm sorry, Ryan. I did in fact do it earlier to show what happened. It's just there's so many deaths in this game as well. So we need flying water. It never said that it had to fly very well. Okay, 4 empty flasks. You fill an empty flask with crystal clear water from the waterfall. And that is our flying water. So now we can just give this to the healer and make our dispel potion, which we will need for the very end of the game. Tell the healer that you have been to visit the dryad of the woods, and that she gave you a magic acorn and told you the formula for a potion to dispel enchantments. So you help the dryad, that's nice. She does keep the forest around here healthy, so that's how to make a dispel potion, is it? Thanks for letting me know. Since I've already given her the flowers from Arana's piece, I don't have to give her that again. Which is awfully nice of the game to not require you to grab the same thing again. Okay, so I gave her the... Okay, to make it, she needs fairy dust, green fur, and flying water. And I have all of those ingredients already. Those meeps sound so interesting. I'd like to meet them sometime. I'll get to work on that potion of yours. The healer makes some sort of arcane gesture over the flask of water, then smiles. Flying water. How clever. And then just give her the fairy dust, and we are good to go. So, you say this is one of the ingredients for the dispel potion. Well, I had better get started making it. Oh. And I missed it, but she basically says to come back. It's gonna take a while. Basically, it takes as long as it takes to leave and come back in. Oh, it's her bird. Here is the potion of dispel. It's all rainbow colored and everything. You see a winged lizard much like the one you saw outside. So I suppose it's bird-like. Alright, so next thing is to see how much spell... Oh, we don't have much spell power. How much money do we have? 241 silver pieces. That is enough to buy stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's some stuff from it that might have shown up elsewhere. It is a really old game. Alright, so we need the undead the protection potion. Because our next thing is to go bother Baba Yaga. After we get more stamina potions to rough up goblins for their lunch money. Okay, 21 silver pieces, 6 potions. We got this. Let's go rough up some goblins and potentially complain to Baba Yaga. Oh, welcome, James Gray. Sadly, we can't pet the bird. It's out of our reach. Okay. Is that enough stamina? Probably not. So we're gonna have to save before we try that, because we're probably gonna die of exhaustion. It's funny you should mention that, Adcott, because there actually is, in the King's Quest series, there's one in which your character can fall off the first step of a ladder and instantly die. It's actually pretty funny to see happen. But needless to say, Sierra protagonists are not very good at survival. Like, at all. There are many ways to get killed horribly in a Sierra game. Yeah, sadly we don't have any more mana to burn them with fire. Oh, this is gonna be very close. Oh, maybe not as close as I thought. Aww. I think she's starting to wake up. No, spell power is mana. I think it's spell points. We have depopulated a goblin village. Again. Because the next thing we're going to need to do is load up on mana potions, so that we can get the Dazzle spell. But first, we're going to get the stuff with Baba Yaga done. And what time is it in the day? Midday. Alright, so we're going to go to Baba Yaga's place, because once you go there, it starts a timed mission. And we need to make sure we have enough time to do it, because the game will become unwinnable. Looking around, you get the feeling that this is not a very friendly place to be. Baba Yaga does not welcome strangers. You have to deal with me before you can enter. Hey, kitty. Yeah, they're definitely not doing... the goblins are not very smart. Baba Yaga is one tough magic user. If you're so stupid that you want to enter, perhaps we can make a deal. Aw, come here. She wants plenty of attention until... Hey, there you are. Until she decides that she wants to come into my lap. Baba Yaga is the most powerful ogress around. If you have any brains, you'll stay away from her. Aw. You're some hero if you don't even know what an ogre is. Baba Yaga's hut will squat if you say the rhyme. Hey there. The hut will squat if you say, "Hut of Brown, now sit down." She's in that thing where she wants attention, but she kind of wants to sit in my lap, but she doesn't want to do it, like, right away. Hey there. All the other skulls have glowing eyes, but me? No! I don't need lovely glowing eyes. Just open and close the gate, that's all I'm good for. But if you can give me a glowing gem for my eyes, then I'll let you in the gate. And so that's why we traded the apples earlier. Oh, is it a deal or isn't it? I'll ask for a little gem or jewel that glows in the dark. You're the big hero, so go find one. Come on. You place the glowing gem inside the skull. I can see. I have eyes again. Yuck, is that what you look like? Oh well, have fun visiting Baba Yaga, and good luck. You'll need it. I hope you can remember the rhyme. Oh hey, Moose, and welcome. So there's plenty of ways to get killed with Baba Yaga. And we'll probably save and mess around with that a little bit. So the first and foremost one is, this is not a good spot to say the rhyme. You hear a voice in your head asking, what is the rhyme? You tell the hut of brown, now sit down. You really brought down the house. Too bad you were under it at the time. So that is among the first ways that we can get killed messing with Baba Yaga. We'll have a backup just for the, Aww. Okay. Look, pets, we have a visitor. Do I get to save real quick? Good, I can save. So we can get killed. Powers of night, shadows of day, heed my words, henceforth you stay. Your body is frozen by the power of the witch's spell. Well, dearies, what shall I have for supper today? Artemis, come on over here. Hero sandwiches? I had something more formal in mind. Ah, that's it. Frog Lake's fricassee. Now, how does that spell go? Hear me, O powers of Clatha and Mana, turn my guest into species called Rana. I learned the spell from Erasmus, kids. Doesn't it look delicious? Okay, this is the part where we should save, because we're going to get asked a lot of things, and saying the wrong thing will get us killed. Be still. Critics, well, we can't all be gourmands, I suppose. Oh, soon to be supper. I don't suppose you have a name. Nope. Stubborn, aren't you? Well, you won't be so tough after you simmered in a little wine sauce. Bon appetit, dearies. Next time you're asked a question by someone who has just turned you into a frog, perhaps you should be more polite. It's better than being fricasseed. You try your best to croak out your name, or at least let the witch know that you do indeed have one. As you make a feeble croaking sound, you try to nod your head. So you're the one who's trying to be a hero around here. The only good hero is a dead hero, I always say. But I do have need for a brave fool. Are you brave? No. It's just as well. I'd lose my dinner if you were brave. Lovely, it's about time we dine. Didn't anyone ever tell you that a hero's supposed to be brave even when he doesn't feel that way? Looks like you found the coward's way out, sautéed in wine sauce. Of course we're brave. You make little froggy sounds, trying your best to indicate your agreement. Well, if you're willing to do a small little teensy favor for me, I might reconsider having you for supper. I need the root of a mandrake plant that grows in the graveyard. Will you be a sweet and fetch me some? Nah. Well, if you won't be a sweet, then you'll be my meat. Nothing says lovin' like frog legs in the oven. Seems a shame to have such a promising career go up in flames, assuming she decides to flambe you. Wouldn't it have been better just to do a small favor for such a sweet little ogress? You can't make me do this quest, game. Although I suppose it can. And I had my mouth watering for frog. Oh well. Hear what I say and hear me right. Mandrake must be pulled at precisely midnight. This I tell you, and this I say, return with the root ere the break of next day. Hear what I say, and no, I don't lie. Bring back the root, or else you will die. This game was made in 1989, Moose. This particular remake of it, I had it in, came out in 1992. From a distance, you hear the witch intone, oops, I very nearly forgot. Hermio powers a mana more. Turn this fool back as he was before. As you contemplate the occurrences of the last few minutes, you conclude that you better find a Mandrake root for Baba Yaga, and fast. Yeah. There are many ways to die in this game. Alright. Actually, we'll keep it with that save. So we'll have save 1 be our thing of which backs up to there. Oh goodness. I'm definitely not ready to fight these guys. Am I able to rest a little more? Artemis? Because here's the thing, we have to kill time until midnight. It's only mid-afternoon. Oh, this game has lots of puns and jokes and, like, not necessarily good jokes, Electroshocker. But it's good fun. But the downside is we have to wait until midnight so we can get the Mandrake root, which is why we need the undead potion, protection potion. Because otherwise the ghosts in the graveyard will kill us when we enter, if we're not having that potion on us. And if we pull the Mandrake root at the wrong time, then the game becomes unwinnable. Similarly, if we don't pull it at the right time and dawn breaks, then we are very, very dead. I don't think you necessarily need to do that to beat the game, but it does provide a little extra points and such. Because we will need to come back to Baba Yaga at the very end of the game to break the curse completely. Of course, we'll be better prepared for her magic at that point. So at this point, we actually are able to easily get through goblins and take them down, especially with drinking a stamina potion in between. So this is a good way to kill some time and boost our stats for the last bit before we do the Mage's Maze with Erasmus to get our Dazzle spell. At which point then we can free the Baron's son, because that, as a wizard, we unfortunately cannot bypass the fight. If we were a thief, we could just sneak by and free the Baron's son, like right off the bat. Unfortunately, magic users don't get so fortunate. Or fighters as well, because the fighter also has to fight Kobold Wizard. And to make it even better for the magic user, it has a spell to reflect all your spells, so you can't even use Flame Dart. But the good thing is that we can just... This will give us enough health and everything and weapon use so that we can actually kill it with our dagger. And then after that, everything else becomes relatively easy to finish the game. Because it's all puzzle-related stuff, so we don't actually need the spells to have a certain level of skill. Although we're probably going to have to fight a Minotaur, because our Calm spell will be garbage. So needless to say that a lot of the stuff like Quest for Glory and such has things where you hit the points in the middle of the game like this, where you're trying to use the monsters to build your stats and everything. Because with things like if we start a new character in Quest for Glory 2, they'll have a level of skill that might be higher from when we import, and the game does not boost our things to the minimum of Quest for Glory 2. So we can actually have our character be worse in some regards than a newly made Quest for Glory 2 character. I think it's Quest for Glory 4 that actually did boost things to the minimum, to where you weren't nearly as rubbish at stuff. Okay, night is still young. We have to wait until midnight. And then we have to actually go... Because otherwise, this is not going to end too well. And our physical stats are the easiest thing to raise. It's magic that's very difficult to get boosted up appropriately. Alright, well, you have a great night, Jack Dina. My cat's perched on my desk and I'm not even sure when the point's gonna be that she wants the attention. Alright, one moment, I am grabbing a drink. As that's a lot of talking. But that's the thing, if you're actually trying to get through the game quickly, you can get those 5 spell components. And if you're a thief, I suppose you can actually finish the game pretty quick. Because you can just free the Baron's son pretty easy. Yeah, one like, one face stabbing. I suppose that's one way to look at it. I should have plenty of money to get mana potions. Yeah, 245, that's enough for 4 potions. Night is still young, so let's save, because when we rest, we need to make sure that we don't overshoot midnight. Otherwise, the game's unwinnable. Okay, middle of the night on day 4. So if I did it right, then this should be... Oh, no. No, no, no. Not the... No, I don't want to dance. Well, since I don't want to die... we have to spin in place and twirl a little bit. Actually, wait. We can actually just restore. Aha! Loophole! Okay, so... ghosts are one screen away. So we can just put that on ourselves. Wait. It appears that the spirits frolic here during the dark hours. Wrench the mandrake plant free from the tombstone on which it has grown. You hear a scream like that of a dying child as you yank the root from the ground. Perfect. Now we have this lovely mandrake root. Gotta get out of here before we die. So now we can just... oh, goodness. We've got the little manta ray. Nuke it down with magic. Doesn't give us any treasure, but it's really annoying to fight if you don't have spells. Hello there. Aw, she can't decide if she wants to come in my mat lap. Well, our flame dart spell is actually decent enough to kill it outright. Back so soon? Spirits of mist and creatures of bog transform my guest to the shape of a frog. This I vow, stay there now. Once again you're a frog, and once again you can't move. You find it very exasperating. Yum yum, froggy. Did you bring me my mandrake like you promised? As you make a feeble croaking sound, you try to nod your head. Well, where is it? What's the matter? Got a frog in your throat? I suppose I'll have to turn you back into whatever it is you were before. Pity, you were much more appetizing this way. Creatures of bog and spirits of fog return the true form to this rather dumb frog. Now, did you put it in your backpack? Ah, here it is. Kids, we have it. That's it, the final ingredient. Now we can make our greatest creation, Mandrake Mousse. What's that, children? You think we should reward our lackey here? Very well, X-Frog. I'll let you live this time. Next time, though, it's Frog Lakes for sure. So, go. What an awful creature to turn me into a frog, you say to yourself. Someday I must return the favor. Which is what we need to have preparation for that to actually happen next time. Because if we go back right now, we will die horribly. Okay, can we actually kill this guy now? Haha! We've got some skill, it seems. Our weapon skills have increased. Oh wait, there's another one? Okay, well, there we go. We're dealing with the brigands right then and there. Hey, welcome back, Mr. Squiddy. Okay, don't need food. Can just rest here all night. Yeah, the slash works really well on the brigands, because I think they keep ducking your thrust. And that's why the thrust is just not really as good for them. Whereas it kills the goblins really fast. But it's also that because my weapon skill is higher, I can actually do damage to them and they don't dodge it as much. Alright, so we have an ogre over here. Actually, wait, I can probably just fight him. Come on, okay. I had to move right up to him. Come on. Yeah, lean in, get stabbed. Hey, don't do that. That's like cheating. Come on, just get on my knife. Right in the leg. Come on, man. There, get stabbed. Got him. He's actually not very hard. Search of the dead ogre's body produces no treasure. However, the treasure chest he was carrying lies beside his body. The dead ogre's huge club is much too heavy for you to lift. And of course, it's trapped. So we can just open it from afar. Wait, our spell is too weak. Dang it. Come on, we can open this. I guess I found the thing to power level my open spell. Ah, how very unfortunate. There's not a lot of money in there. But still, at this point in the game, you want money. Goodness, what is my magic level at? Uh-oh. The graphics are done getting messed up again. Alright, one moment, we're reloading. As you can see, this game has its own problems. But in spite of that, it's still fun. Dang, Fangled open spell. Expertise is 10. And your max skill is 100. Suffice to say, I'm not getting anywhere near 100 skill in open. I like to believe that he's shouting various curses for the verbal component of his open spell. Finally, your spell unlocks the ogre's chest. 1 gold and 43 silver, which you take and put away. Okay, so I'm gonna need stamina potion and a healing potion. Because I'm going to need to fight the kobold with a dagger. But first, a bear. As your eyes adjust from sunlight to darkness, you examine the interior of this eerie cavern. You sense something moving off to your right. Of course, the bear can kill us. That didn't work so well. Too late, you remember, bear claws weren't on your diet. Hey, I was almost in the next room. He definitely missed. You know that bears can't talk. Wait a sec, I've met a talking fox. I don't know that bears can't talk in this setting. On one side of this cavern is a creature which looks like a large bear. There's something attached to his leg. So to get by the bear, we need to give it some rations. We could also cast Calm. But there's no reason to cast Calm instead of that. So I don't know if I actually have enough to take out this kobold wizard. If not, then I'll go back and get the Dazzle spell. This section of cave has an eerie quality. You see a kobold resting on a ledge across from you. Oh, thank you. Let me see who that was. It's, not showing up. Ah, it's either taking a long time to load, or something. Or it's just bugging out. In which case, I do thank you, whoever that was. However, we can sucker punch him with our flame dart. If we do flame dart now, then he'll reflect it. I like how our entire thing is just stab repeatedly and hope that he doesn't kill us. Come on. I don't even know if we're hurting him, because the health bar doesn't even show up. In fact, we're probably gonna die. Dang Fangled. Okay, so he killed us. You are overcome by the power of the Kobold Wizard's magic. You either need to practice your skills or plan a better attack strategy. So we're gonna go get the Dazzle spell. I think you only can do your thrust or swing. It doesn't actually let you, attack in the aim specifically. Because a thief is the one that uses throwing daggers. And they can just use stealth. Yeah, lightning, my one weakness. Alright, so let's load up on mana potions. And then we can just use this the easy way by getting the Dazzle spell. Like, I forget if swing or thrust does better with it, but because he doesn't actually have a health bar, I don't actually know how it works with the wizard. I know, I should have aimed for the head. Unfortunately, my character has 0 throwing, so he doesn't know how to throw anything. He'd just throw it across the room and hit something else. Alright, I think that's all my money. At least all the, There, 5 mana potions. We're, like, all set for anything. Wait, 3 mana potions? What? Alright, we need to restore, because I think... Because that's wrong. We bought enough for, like, 5 potions. I'm wondering if something messed up. Because sometimes the game does seem to charge you for a potion, but you don't actually get the potion. I'm not sure as to why that occurs. I think the healer just kind of likes to rip you off periodically. And she does the old woman, "No, dearie, you paid for that already. I gave you it." Alright, let's try this again, old lady. I want a mana potion. Want another mana potion. Wait a second. I have 2 mana potions. Okay, so I have 1 gold and... Okay, so 82. I have 4 mana potions now. Wait, but I bought... This game is being very weird. Okay, so I have 5 mana potions. There. I don't know how this is working. Her math seems to be off at times. Yeah, we're not going to stab the healer. We need her for mana potion stuff. Alright, so going this way will take us to Erasmus's magical castle lair thing of doom. A sign appears. It reads, "Willkommen auf Spielberg. The trespassers will be towed." It is a very long road. It probably was the case. You feel as though you have just scaled the Matterhorn in full armor. What a climb. You can see all of Spielberg from below. After finally catching your breath, you see that you have reached the rather eccentric-looking house that you saw from below. There is an ugly gargoyle above the entrance. Stand fast. He who would answer the wizard first must answer questions 3. What is your name? What is your quest? I want to be a wizard. And of course, I seek the Holy Grail. Who put the aura around the town? And a right peaceful place she made it. Go on in. The wizard will see you now. Go directly up to the tower, do not dally. Of course, you can be asked things like, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? This room is full of odds, ends, and stuff. The wizard must be a real character. And we should probably save before we do the mage's maze. I don't know that, Mr. Squiddy. Come in and sit down. Fenris, our guest, has arrived. Cheese, please. Ah, since you are a practitioner of the magical arts, you might be interested in a little game I have. Do you know the spell Open? Oh yes. Do you know the spell Fetch? Of course. Great, now can you cast Flame Dart? Ah, good, good. Now, all you need to know is to have the spell trigger. I don't suppose you have that spell, do you? Perfect, let's do it. Then you can play a game of Mage's Maze with me. You do want to play, don't you? Of course I do. I'll teach you the Dazzle spell if you win. And this little mini-game is, interesting. There's a lot... Okay. So, fetch, put a bridge there. There's so much stuff to keep track of with it. Okay, so I think I have to trigger for him to use the ladder. Okay, so trigger... I think you have to put him small. Yeah. There. There we go. Well, you seem to have beginner's luck. It only took one game to win. Usually it takes at least 500 tries for anyone less than a full wizard to defeat me. As I promised, I shall now teach you the spell known as Erasmus's Razzle Dazzle. It's pretty easy if you have a full thing of mana. I do so enjoy playing the Mage's Maze. Okay, not in my house you don't. I teleport you out if you try to stand up to leave. A lot of the stuff that he'll tell you is that there's a magic mirror that can reflect spells that he lent out to the Brigand Warlock, which will be very helpful for whenever we go back to Baba Yaga's place. Hey, G-Man-B, and welcome. Alright, so what are our stats at? Okay, so we need to drink 2 mana potions. Or maybe we can get by with 1. Yeah, because we just need to use Dazzle on the Kobold Wizard, and I think that that lets us have an easier time killing him. And of course, there's a number. If you question the folks around town, you'll get a lot more information about the Brigand leader and Warlock, to where you can piece together certain things that won't be so much of a surprise when you get there, if you skip the dialogue as I have been doing. Largely because there is a lot of dialogue. Okay, which one's Dazzle? Okay, Flame Dart. That is the Dazzle spell. Aha! Get dazzled, man. Come on. I think he's still gonna kill me. Yeah. Trying to remember the exact thing, because I know you're supposed to use, like, the, that you are supposed to use the, dagger to actually finish him off. The thing is, I'm not exactly sure as to how you actually beat him. Because I know that originally, I just would use the dagger and eventually die. Yeah, gotta stab him. Oh, he got the spell off. Come on, get out of there. Wonder if he's sleeping again. Nah, he's awake. Because I think if you do that, you can also do a second flame dart. Oh, maybe you have to just keep blasting with Flame Dart before you can actually cast Reversal. There we go. That's what it was. I remembered it completely wrong. That's what it was. So yeah, he uses Reversal, which you get in the second game. Which is why that was a problem. Dazzle, will, anything with eyes, it'll daze them for a little bit, allowing you to make free hits on them. And there's a treasure chest. Wait. You add 10 gold and 60 silver coins to your money pouch. And Dazzle can be pretty handy. You pick up the kobold's mushrooms and then put them in your pack. Of course, those mushrooms are poisonous, so we don't want to eat them. But that's why we're going to eat them. There's no point in trying to use one of those there. The mushrooms from the fairy ring are pretty good, so you hear. However, when they're mixed with kobold toadstools, that's a horse of a different color. You eat some of the kobold's fungus. Within seconds, your insides feel like they're on fire. Guess you're not a kobold, huh? You think you'd better take it easy for a while until you recover. Nah, let's eat him again. Oh, that's what it is. You need a third one to die, but for some reason I ate all three in 2 things. Suffice to say, you collapse from the poison and die. However, now we have the key, so we can free the Baron's son. Kobold key disappears as you turn it in the lock. And of course, if we kill the bear, we will kill the Baron as well, son as well. You have the honor of meeting the Baronet Bernard von Spielberg. We are pleased that you have broke our enchantment. Perhaps our father, the Baron, will reward you should you ever visit our castle. The arrogance of the Baronet astonishes you. Perchance the kobold magic user had a reason for changing him into a bear. So that's one kid down. Yes, all he needs is a monocle to be extra snooty. Alright, well, you have a good night, Electro. So we get the 50 gold for saving the Baronet's son, which will blow on potions. Come in, you have been expected. Baron von Spielberg awaits you in the castle. And then at that point, we will be ready to go for the finale. Alright, well, you have a great night, Moose. The Baron von Spielberg and the Baronet await you in the Great Hall. Words cannot express the gratitude I have towards you. Not only have you freed the Baronet from enchantment and allowed my son to return to me, but you have renewed my hope that the curse may be lifted. My son, Baronet Bernard von Spielberg, also desires to acknowledge his indebtedness. Bernard, I don't acknowledge anything to a commoner. I am appreciative of your efforts upon my behalf. Furthermore, I understand that you have rid our valley of a dangerous kobold magic user in order to free the Baronet von Spielberg. You risked your life to single-handedly defeat this foul spellcaster. You are a true hero, and I thank you. Bernard, I am pleased you managed to kill the kobold. I sincerely hope you will continue your valiant adventures in our land. If anyone can rid the land of brigands, it will be you. Someday in the near future, I can envision holding a ceremony in your honor and bestowing upon you the title, Hero of Spielberg. Bernard, it would be nice if someone could finally defeat the brigands and claim the title. As you leave the castle tomorrow, you will receive the reward money I long ago posted for the safe return of my son, as a token of my thanks. You will, of course, be expected to dine with us and be our guest in the castle tonight. Do you have any questions? Many. Let's ask about the curse. Some years back, I tried to force the ogress Baba Yaga to leave our valley, and she put a curse upon me that I should lose everything I hold dear. When I lost my daughter and my son, I lost all interest in living. My land suffered because I suffered. Now, though, with the return of my son, I trust the prophecy is about to come true, thanks to you. The prophecy states, comes a hero from the east, free the man from in the beast, bring the child from out the band, drive the curser from the land. You entered here from the east, and you released my son from the form of a bear. I am certain you can fulfill the rest of it, and remove this dreadful curse. I have attempted everything in my power to get her to go away. I fear it will take some kind of magic to be able to counteract her magic. My beautiful little daughter was stolen away 10 years ago by Baba Yaga's magic. She has never been found despite all the searching that has been done for her. I thought she was lost forever, but you have renewed my hope that I will again have her beside me. Yorick was my court jester, a man of infinite jest. He went off to find my daughter, but alas, poor Yorick never returned. I know very little about magic, much to my sorrow. Perhaps you should talk to the wizard Zara in town or Erasmus on Zauberberg. I rode off one morning with my men in search of monsters to fight. I got separated from my men when I came across the entrance to the cave. As I entered, the kobold ordered me to get out. I informed it that I was Baronet Bernard von Spielberg, and heir to the lands and all within. I ordered it to bow before me, then it cast a spell on me, and I remember very little after that. So, intelligence 0. A servant is awaiting you outside to show you to your quarters. We will see you at supper later. After a wonderful meal with the Baron and his son, a peaceful night's sleep in a feather-down bed, and a fill-in breakfast in bed, you are ready to go adventuring once more. So now for the next part. Which we blow all our money on potions. Okay, 61 gold, 80 silver pieces. I have 4 mana potions, more than enough to finish the game. Alright, so I should have 4 of all the potions. But of course, it shows I have 3 of those potions. Whatever, good enough. Because I actually don't need that many potions to get through the rest of the game. So, you get a hint as to where the next thing to go is. If you go back to the tavern, there's another note that says to meet. You smooth out the piece of paper and read, "Meet me at the archery range as soon as possible. Urgent." So, the message is for Bruno with his wonderfully poisoned daggers, so we need to try and eavesdrop without them being noticing my character. Otherwise, I will get a gift of poisoned daggers. Alright, well, you have a great night, Adcott. If I remember right, this is where I need... No, that's the graveyard. Oh, there's another Mandrake root that spawns there. Interesting. Okay, we're early. Day is dawning. There we go, so we just need to kill some time for midday, as it'll tell us where we need to go next. Okay, so it's also another enemy. Well, that's pretty handy if they just spawn like that. Dang it, can't pass time that easily. So yeah, part of the problem is that you can't really advance time nearly as much as you would like. Which leads to the thing where you can be wandering around hoping that something attacks you, like now. Because once resting is disabled, you can't, you have something attacking you. Alright, we have a good night, Houston Smith. Dang fangled. Okay, 60 minutes rest, that should be midday. No, it's still mid-morning. Oh dang, the open spell makes me disappear. Okay, midday. We're finally able to move on with the game. So what's this about anyway? Her nibs is starting to get suspicious about us. What's the bee in her bonnet? Seems the hero wandering around here has her leery. She thinks he's going to go for the gold on her head. What's it got to do with us? She's been asking too many questions about us. And the laughing jackass is eyeing me. I had to sneak out. And we got to avoid the ambush and use the back for a bit, till the heat is off. Maybe we should just make our move now. Nah, let's wait for the creep to go first. While she's busy with him, we take over. She'll take him out easy, then we take her out. Where's the back door then? Where the bouncer hops around. You got your key still? Yeah. Don't lose it, I got the only other one. You'll have to search for the rock for the keyhole, it's hidden good. And remember the word. What word? The word that lets you go in so Fred goes away. Well yeah, sure, what is it? Hide and go seek. You better learn it. You think I'm a dummy or something? Say the word before you go in the door, or you might make Fred mad. You don't want Fred to get mad. Hey, no problem, what's the word again? Hide and go seek. Got it. I gotta get back before the chief misses me. Be back in a bit. It just allows you to bypass a fight if you do that. Alright, so now since the guy with awesome poison daggers are gone, we can use our own little thing and take him out. Which again just saves us the thing of having to use an open spell on the rock. Now if I go down and I try to go there, I'll run into Bruno and get killed. So I have to take the long way around. And even then, sometimes he still spawns and just decides to be like, oh, whatever, instant death, man. Have some daggers. See, he's just kind of casually throwing them, letting you know he's got his eye on you. You find a single key on the brigand's body and put it away. Yoink. Alright, so we can now go into the finale. Oh, that's right, we have to, examine it. Okay, find the keyhole. Clicks open. Alright, you hear the sound of someone or something moving deeper into the cave to let you pass. Now, if we didn't say the word, then we just have to fight a troll. And it's not exactly a difficult fight, especially with how much we've had things. Grumble, 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 stupid guard duty, third time this week, why always me? So the odds are we're gonna have to... I've been out here too long, my imagination is taken over. This allows us to go around the, thing. Suddenly a feeling of peace and tranquility permeates the area. But see, he gets right back up because we didn't boost our calm spell. He might actually be able to kill us, but probably not. Because he actually doesn't move back like the ogre. But he does hit for a lot. I'm bad. Looking for a bunch of bad dudes. Okay. Quickly search the fallen minotaur and find nothing. Wait a minute. The minotaur's flail looks peculiar. You pick it up and examine it closely. Cleverly concealed in the flail are 50 silvers. A just reward defeating such a valiant fighter, you tell yourself as you pocket the silvers. And of course, plenty of ways that you can die here. Ringing the bell is the obvious one. Ding, ding, ding. Well, maybe the brigands aren't such inhospitable creatures after all. Then again, maybe they are. The brigands have an even temperament, all bad. You seem to have a knack for doing the wrong thing. Alright, I need the open spell. You hear a snick as the hasp on the gate is opened. So yeah, definitely save in this room, because there's tons of things that will kill you. Obviously the rug is a trap. A small sign reads booby trap. The brigands approach to see the booby they've caught. You think to yourself, if it looks like a trap and it feels like a trap, maybe it is a trap. Of course, the tripwire. And of course, walk into the pit. As you realize those large porcupines down here are really other heroes who collected arrows the hard way. And of course, being shot at by brigands, this seems like a great place to take a rest. Wait, after you feel better? I'm surprised they let you sleep 60 minutes. You can't just sleep during the daytime. But yeah, if you do try to sleep, you'll it will tell you that they make your pleasant rest permanent. This one's a trap. I score that about a 3. Those diving lessons were a complete waste. Maybe you should have taken up bowling. So by looking at the ropes, we'll know not to walk over them. Cool, we only got hit by one arrow. And so this part also has timed things. So first thing we have to do is close and bar the door. And timing is everything. If you do something too soon or too late, you will die. Because you'll just get overwhelmed. So once they leave, they don't see me bar the chair. So now we get our nice little Three Stooges reference. Oh, a wise guy, eh? And you still gotta get out of there fast or you're gonna get killed. You bar the door behind you. You behold a most fascinating place. Person labeled Me speaks. Abandon mope all who enter here. Job hunted or just sightseeing. I foresee a brilliant future for you in the fall. If you got something to say, then speak fast or forever hold your pieces. State your case before I case your estate. You know me? Then perhaps you have come to help. Perhaps you are able to take the child from the band. Alas, poor Yorick, I know me well. 10 years ago, I swore I would find Elsa no matter what. It took me 2 years to find her, here with the Brigands, and I've posed as her warlock ever since. I couldn't break the spell on her, nor could I leave her to grow up into an attractive woman surrounded by rogues and scoundrels. Someone had to defend her honor. You know Elsa? Then perhaps you have come to help. Okay. After you explain what you know about Elsa, Yorick speaks. It's about time that someone else helped Elsa before it's too late. Toro and I are the only friends she's got here. She's a lot like her dad, though. She organized these brigands and changed them from mere thugs to major raiders. She plans to move the entire band away from the valley as soon as the snow clears. If that happens, I know she will never be disenchanted. I'll protect the brigand leader with everything I've got. That's no laughing matter as I get madder. This room is my way of keeping the brigands from bothering the leader about raises, since it tends to raise the brigands. I designed it myself. This place has people rolling in the aisles. There are plenty of doors. You wouldn't want me to spoil your fun now. Either you'll figure it out in the end, or you'll end it before you're out. This fort is the Brigand's palace. It has been well constructed. Toro is the minotaur that guards this fortress. Elsa found him when he was just a calf, and he's kowtowed to her ever since. He guarantees that the brigands won't give Elsa any bull. So since we've all finished that, me sees you preparing your spell, and time to get out of here. Because this is kind of annoying place. I think that one makes me fall. Oh, maybe not. Still, it doesn't quite matter. That one does. I vaguely remember this maze. You feel disoriented. We have to pull this, which opens that door, and then go back. How does he do this? And it's a Sierra game, so of course, doors is very difficult to navigate. Come on. There we go. Alright. And we've reached the leader. You finally made it through Yorick's room. You throw the dispel potion on the brigand leader. You can't imagine how good it feels to know who I am again, after all these years to remember my name is Elsa von Spielberg. I used to wish I was not a brigand's child, but actually an enchanted princess. Now I know that I really was enchanted, and I don't have to be a brigand anymore. Thank you so much for freeing me. I've got to hurry home to Father and get his guards to capture the rest of the brigands before they manage to escape with the treasure. It must be returned to the rightful owners. Yorick, I'm me again. Sorry I took so long, I got lost. Will your dad be glad that your spell's been repelled? We need to go before the brigands know or they'll spoil our show. Come on, we better make our getaway before they get in our way. Yorick and I can return to the castle with the amulet I wear, but I'm afraid you'll have to get there on your own. There are 2 healing potions on my desk that you may take with you. You should use this secret passage and escape while they are arguing over the treasure. If they find you in here, you'll be overwhelmed and killed. Thank you again and good luck. I'll make sure you're richly rewarded for your bravery. If you decide to counter the cursor, then mine the mirror over mere mines. So tip the canoe and toodaloo. Elsa, if you do the honors, I'll honor your due. The brigands are trying to break into the room. So of course, if you take too long to leave, then you will in fact die. The most important thing is we take the magic mirror. If you leave without the mirror, then it gives you substandard ending. And of course, if we go back to the Brigand Fortress, it will mean death because they'll be waiting for us. So now we can end the game by going back to Baba Yaga. Technically, if we go back to the castle, it gives us the less optimal ending. Ha! Yeah, you again. Do you really want to go back in there? There are a lot of deaths in this game. And I haven't even gotten through like half of them as to the... Because there's also deaths specific to your class. Certain things that can get you killed. You tell the hut how to brown, now sit down. And now we just pull out the magic mirror. You again? You furtively grasp the magic mirror. Powers that rule over region soggy change this creature back into a froggy. Of course, with the mirror, it repels it. She's transformed into a frog, and she leaves the land. The witch is hopping mad. What have you done to me? How dare you use my own spell against me? Ow, ow, oh. Hear me, O elements of air and winds, give me the power to save my own skin. And she pieces out, until Quest for Glory 4. There goes Baba Yaga. Now you've really made her sore. We have not got anywhere near the maximum score. Which is the thing, it's probably because I didn't talk to him pretty much any of the NPCs. I also did get all the spell components for the healer. And it takes a moment to load the stuff. For some reason, the... Oh, it didn't even... The game crashed. Oh, so we gotta do that again. Alright. Fortunately, we can just click through the text. Needless to say, the first game was pretty buggy, but it's not nearly as buggy as the fourth game. Okay, furtively grasp it. Yeah, I think this is the fourth time I had to reboot the game. I think the other ones are better at not crashing. Alright, maybe we really have become a hero. Okay, so you can also see various people that worked on the game with it. But that's what the credits are for, if you want to do the introduction. So you have to wait a few moments for Yorick to pop in, and then they'll actually do the ending. But for some reason, the music that should play in this section actually doesn't play. And I don't know why. You have defeated the brigands and become a true hero of Spielberg. So, dramatic pose and all that. Thus the hero from the east freed the man from form of beast, saved beauty from the brigands' band, and forced the ogress to flee the land. The brigand band has been dispersed, their treasure has been reimbursed. And so we're peacing out. And so with Katas and Abdul adieu, you bid the valley a fond adieu. Yeah, we have got the glory. We have become a hero. Only 4 more lands to save. Congratulations, you have successfully completed Quest for Glory 1, so you want to be a hero. If you have not already done so, we encourage you to play Quest for Glory with the other character types. Many of the puzzles are different or have alternate solutions. In the meantime, you are already a winner. Your writable disk in your floppy drive to save your winning hero. God, floppy disks, that's been so long. Dang, I don't think I have a floppy disk drive. I don't think anyone really does anymore. Alright. No. Thank you for playing. Congratulations on winning. We'll see you again soon in Quest for Glory 2, Trial by Fire. Yeah, like, it doesn't even have the ending music for the end credits. Which is a little saddening. But wait, I don't want to save on there. But that, yeah. Well, again, this came out in the 90s, so... Like, I remember that the first computer I had like 3 gigabytes of hard drive space. I think I remember playing on a computer that had 120 megabytes of hard drive space. Those were the days. When games were super small. And they had like very poor graphics and all that. But yeah, games like these are pretty fun with it. Part of the fun with the Sierra games of that sort were the various ways of which you could die horribly from doing silly things. And the game got pretty snarky with stuff like that. The only downside is a number of these ones like... Oh, wait a second, I wasn't trying to do that. The only problem is with certain games like that, you had it to where you couldn't actually... You weren't able... There were plenty of ways to make the game unwinnable, and these games were very easy to make it to where you didn't have an easy time knowing if you had made the game unwinnable. This was like games like Infocom's text-based games, which also had problems with it. So, we're going to load up Quest for Glory 2, but we're not actually going to play very far. Hey, welcome back, Collector. We have finished the first game of Quest for Glory. So, as well, we could import a hero with the stats we had, but as well, your second character, if you create a character in the second game, you have it to where you'll start with higher stats, unless you really grinded stats for it. Yeah, alright, well you have a good night, Electroshocker. This game is a very old, Collector. It's almost 30 years at this point. Like, the one that I played was the remake of it that came out in 1992, and the original Quest for Glory 1 released in 1989, so yeah, it is over 30 years old. So, what we, the second game then has it to where you went with the cat as an Abduladu to Shapir, where you have your next adventure with the Arabian Nights kind of theme there, which I think next time I do Quest for Glory, I'll try and get through Quest for Glory 2. I know that the problem is that as you get further in the series, there's more stuff that makes the game longer. But I think the second game you can actually get through pretty easy. Yeah, these are old games. And I have a lot of fun playing some old games. Like, I've done things like, I like the original Dragon's Lair. And stuff like that. I've liked the old text-based games. I played a bunch of them as a kid. But some of them are interesting to see, some of them haven't aged well. But Quest for Glory has a few things that are pretty fun with it. Like, the folks who made this, I think they released one called Hero U, which is basically a spiritual successor to Quest for Glory. Only it wasn't... There's certain things with it that aren't nearly as fun with it. But it was still enjoyable for what it was. But it takes a long time to get through the game. But needless to say, I'm not sure if I'm going to play with this version or the fan-made remake, because the, needless to say, this one has the problem of the text parser is not necessarily as fun to use. Okay, we need faster animation. Run! There we go. Run! Run like the wind! Yeah, I do want to go back and do some of that. Let's walk into the desert to die. We don't... As the, all your friends are like, we don't know why you just walked off into the desert to die. What is my inventory? 5 daggers? Ouch. Why do you treat yourself so inappropriately? How much did that actually hurt me? Only 5 points. How much did that hurt? Oh, that didn't even hurt me. Dang it. I don't have enough daggers to kill myself. And sadly, I didn't pick wizard, so I can't just cast flame dart on myself until I have my character spontaneously combust. But I think that I'll probably play Quest for Glory 2 in earnest next time. Right now I'm just kind of wandering into the desert. Well, that is unfortunate. So yeah, the desert's a lot more difficult to navigate, as it's largely open and harder to note where you are with it. If you buy a Saurus to where you can ride it, you can actually use it to get back to the town a lot more easily. Because there's only a few things out in the desert to even worry about. Most of it is just fight monsters between the days so that you can actually build your stats. Because Quest for Glory 2 is more of a timed mission thing, that you leave Shapir. Oh hey, someone beat my guy up. Come on. Aha! Dang it. There we go. Might have been a glorious battle, but ones in which the hero dies rarely makes the front page. So yeah, that is probably going to be where we stop tonight, because I just wanted to get through the first game, rather than worry about doing the second game. So I think that's where we're going to end. Thank you everyone for coming by. I hope you had fun, and we'll... I'm not necessarily going to do Quest for Glory 2 Saturday, but we'll figure out something. So, alright, well, you have a great night, folks, and stay safe, stay healthy. See you next time.